Hey guys! So I have not gone live since the end of our 2019 growing season, but it is 2020 and it is that time of year for us to get our seeds started, so I am super excited to show you what we're going to get going on. There have been a lot of changes since the end of last year, so we are going to make do with the best that we have, and even with our big changes, I hope to still be able to make my videos and show you what we got going on and to share this with you guys. And thank you for watching and showing your support. And I'm going to turn you around so I can show you everything that we got going on. Okay, so there are obviously going to be a lot of different things that we are going to start different ways. But I have here a tray filled with warm water, and this is set up for these peat pellets. And I am going to start popping these in here while I'm showing you so that they can start filling up with water. These are just compacted dirt. It's so cool how small these are, and they will just like inflate and get all filled up and puffy like a balloon. I'll spread all these out in here. Alright, we'll let those soak for a minute while we're showing you what we got here. I have chosen the seeds that I'm going to start in the pellets, and these will all get started in this little greenhouse tray. This is the cover for it. Helps keep all the moisture in and the seeds warm while they are germinating. We have them sorted into different stacks here. I will be starting 2 each of the tomato plants, 2 each of the pepper plants, and 1 each of all of these other ones. And these are the ones in this tray here that we are going to be starting in these pellets today. I will go through them super fast so that we can show you what I got going on. We are going to have black Crims, Dester tomatoes, Kellogg's Breakfast, Gold Medal, Wapsinicon Peach. I can actually say that one this year. I think I messed it up like 20 times before I got it right. Speckled Romans, black cherry tomatoes, and white cherry tomatoes. And I think out of all of these tomatoes that I grew last year, the white cherry tomatoes were probably my favorite. They were super delicious. There was a stack of tomatoes that I decided not to grow this year, but partially because they were kind of just the same as the rest, but partially because of space too. I will most likely be renting out a community garden space for my garden this year. So our space will be a little bit smaller than the previous year, but that is okay because we are still going to have lots of awesome stuff going. We have our peppers, all the same ones as last year. Joe's Long Cayenne, and that's a spicy pepper. Chervana Huska, that is a sweet pepper. Traveler Strain Jalapenos, those are red, those are obviously spicy. Sheep Nose Pimento, that is a sweet pepper. The Bulgarian Carrot, that's a hot pepper. And the chocolate peppers, that's a sweet pepper obviously. And again, I'm starting 2 each for these. And we are going to have a broccoli, red cabbage, purple kale, cauliflower, and a Brussels sprouts, 1 of each, or 2 of each of these, sorry. But check that out, isn't that so cool? I didn't actually get any heads off this when I tried to grow them last year, but I'm super hopeful that we're going to get some this year. All of these will get started in these pellets. You can see them all starting to fill up here. We'll flip them over this so I can get all saturated. It's always so neat to watch them expand. This is honestly just another opportunity to continue to learn under different circumstances, to adapt, and to continue growing. And you know that I am super big on that, so that's what we are going to continue to do. Even when things are changing, we are going to continue to grow, because that's what I think is most important. So while we're letting those get all situated, I will show you. There are going to be ones that I am starting in containers with potting soil, and then there are going to be ones that I am starting in the ground, in the garden space, wherever that may be at the time when I start them. They will be getting directly sowed in the ground. I'm going to be starting the flowers in pots so that we can transplant them into the garden, so they will not be staying in pots. The cucumbers will all be directly sowed. We have the Edmondsons, the Boothly's Blondes, the A&C Pickling cucumbers, the True Lemons, and the Armenians. And out of all of them, our cucumbers did not do good last year, but I'm hoping that we will have learned some things and that we can have some cucumbers this year. But I think out of all of them that I grew, the True Lemons were absolutely fantastic. So I am very excited to grow those again. All of these will be directly sown into the ground because you don't want to transplant roots because they just don't transplant very well. So all of these will be directly sowed. All the carrots, these are all the same from last year. And beautiful radishes. Hopefully the aphids won't attack them this year. We will be prepared. The beans will probably be direct sowed, but we might even be able to pull these off in pots. But I know for sure all of our herbs and stuff, and the lemon balm, basil, spinach, chives, and cilantro, these will all be put in big container pots, and they will be grown that way for the entirety of the season. So unless we decide to venture out with our pots, what we're growing, or if we're able to get a bigger garden space, we might do more than what we have set out here. But I think that this is a really good start, and this is going to be a really well-rounded garden for what we are able to make do with this year. So I am super excited to share all of this. See, look at these. Hold on. Let's see if they're... It might take a little bit longer than we were thinking, but they just puff up, and you can just open the tops of them up, put your seeds in there, and just kind of pat it over the top there. We'll have to dump out this excess water, whatever doesn't get soaked up in there. And then, let me slide these off. This will get placed over top of this. And I do have a heat mat that we will put on the side where the peppers are, because peppers like heat when they are germinating. So just a very light warmth we want under the edge of the peppers. And that will help them germinate. This will keep the moisture in while they are doing that. And once they are a few inches long, we don't want them to get super leggy, so we will be transplanting all of these into a little bit bigger pots. But I am super excited to get all of this started, and I am super excited to share all of this with you guys. I hope that you can tune in next week. I got more for you.